These are the instructions for making a lacy tanga panty. This is stretch lace that you can buy in this width, or you can use a stretch knit fabric and cut it to size with the lacy tanga pattern that you're going to load off of your computer printer. And so I'm going to start to cut the center first piece out to attach to the center line of the second piece, which is the back and front of the tanga panty. I'm going to scotch tape the back and front of the tanga together by very carefully matching the dash gray lines and lining up the black outside line of the pattern. Now you cut the third page, which is the crotch part of the lace tanga pant. Here's a fabric tip about lace. In order to identify the right and wrong side of lace, you'll notice that the right side has a great deal of shine and raised motif effect, and the wrong side is completely flat. There's no raised motif or edge showing. I'm placing the paper pattern onto the lace, and if you'll notice, the pattern is a little bit bigger than the lace. If that is the case, then you just push the pattern so that the top side of the pattern is hanging over the lace and the bottom part is lining up right on the end of the lace. Now you can pin down your front and back and pin along the sides as well. I'm cutting out the lace tanga pattern. I'm going to unpin the PDF paper pattern and very carefully mark one chalk mark with chalk on the lace, both sides of the lace, with one notch. This one line is a notch indicating that this is the front of the tanga pant, and two notches here indicating that this is the back of the tanga pant. And now I'm going to pin this together and sew. Make sure to go in reverse to lock your stitches, and before you get to your pin, take it out. And if you notice, I'm using just the edge of the foot as a guide, and that will give me a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So I'm folding in half with the right sides in, making sure that the scalloped edges are lined up together, and then I'm placing the straight edge alongside the scallops, and you want to be particularly careful to make sure, just by pulling your fabric a little bit down, that the scallops are pretty much evenly placed. Now I'm cutting out the panty liner, and I'm using a little cotton and lycra, thin cotton and lycra fabric, and making sure to measure the straight grain. So I've decided that I'm going to cut 4 inches in, and by making it on the straight grain, it means you are making it parallel to the running length of your fabric. So I measured the first end at 4 inches, put a pin in, and then the other end, check and make sure that I'm exactly 4 inches away from the selvage of the fabric. And pin this down because you're going to zigzag this little piece in place. This is that little protection part that you have in underwear. I'm attaching the panty liner to the lacy tanga part by using a zigzag stitch. So now I'm going to change my stitch pattern and dial the zigzag stitch pattern in, and also change the zigzag width to the maximum, which is 5. Alright, and now I'm going to put it in Make sure you have it pinned down evenly. And again, hold your back toes to give it a start. And start sewing with zigzagging over the panty line of fabric onto the lace part. Now we're going to attach the crotch and we're finished. So I'm going to turn the piece right side out. It's really cute. And take the bottom front pieces and match them up. They have little triangles. I don't know if you can see them that clearly, but here's one and here's the two. And then I'm going to pin them from one edge to the other, matching the little diamonds or pyramids if you want to call them. I'm going to go into the sewing machine and sew that, and the same thing on the other side. These are the wrong sides now that I'm working with, and matching the little box shapes, and this is the back side of the tanga. I'm ready to sew it in, and then I'm ready to wear it. It's so fast, so easy, and ooh, so sexy.